Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Jerk Circle podcast. I am your host, Andrew Reed. Different host this week. We're trying to mix things up a little bit. It is Wednesday, November 6th. And as always, I'm joined with my co hosts, my buddies, Jared and Harold. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Living life, living large, large part. Yeah, doing pretty good.
How large are you living?
Uh, we'll say like a Giannis 50 piece. Pretty large. Pretty large.
Damn, that's
Oh.
big.
Yeah, that's a pretty large piece.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, 50 piece. Jeez.
I mean, I feel
Speaking
like
of the Bucks, let's say they're 1-6, dude.
Yeah, they're not starting out so hot.
That's Doc Rivers for you.
No, they're bad.
They're so bad. It's so bad.
It's like we're the Pistons last year, man.
Pretty much.
I don't understand how you have Giannis and Dame on this. I understand last year, head coaches change. I understand. Now, I didn't think firing Adrian Griffin when he was like 39 and 19 or whatever was not the right move at the time, but
No.
it definitely wasn't fixed when you hired Doc Rivers to be your head coach. That guy is, I honestly might be a better head coach. I don't know. I could be.
Can't be much worse.
Yeah.
I would. Dame and Giannis would be locked in the locker room together, and unless they're best friends, they ain't coming out. I would do that. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I just worry when it gets to like if Dame is putting up like 30 plus in a game and then you lose, it just feels like, man, all of that for nothing.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, that's gonna change. I worry that it changes the culture there because that's the Bucks. I mean, they've got such a winning mindset. Like a lot of teams, but like you said, you've got two really great all stars, and it's like you're not winning right now. The defense is absolute trash. Doc Rivers, I think if that keeps going, Doc Rivers is gonna get canned. He's gotta.
I would think so.
You know what the best part is? If they can Doc Rivers and they go to the assistant coach, Darvin Ham becomes the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. So it's not like it's going to be any better. So
Who?
I never heard of this man.
Darvin Ham was the Lakers head coach last year, and he's not a good head coach either. He was not good at all for the Lakers. Constantly like deciding he doesn't want to run certain lineups, even though he starts running it. Not knowing who he wants to start. Him giving us some of the greatest quotes of all time of, this guy's supposed to be starting and he's not playing well. What am I supposed to do? Buddy, you're the head coach. What are you
That's your job to
do?
figure out.
Yeah, jeez. All right. But yeah, I wanted to dive into if we got some small talk or some updates in our lives. Anything that has happened recently? Jared, I guess we'll start with you. Anything?
Nothing new, other than I'm very stubborn and refuse to turn my heat on yet. So I am sitting in here freezing right now.
Hey, that's fine. I always say I'd rather be chilly than sweaty in a room.
I sleep like a baby though when it's cold.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to get up for work though, but on the weekends,
Oh,
when
every
you don't gotta
morning.
wake up, oh mama, top 5 feeling, man.
Oh, give
Absolutely.
me like a nice cold room with like your fan on, and you got like your blankets and your comforter. Oh, dude, I'm a baby when it comes to that.
Yeah, I could lay in there for 10 to 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
Harold, got any updates?
Any updates? Well, I recently found out I have a problem. A Lord of the Rings trilogy size problem.
Yes, big
Gotta
problem.
watch it. I have to watch it.
You do.
Can someone give me COVID so I can get a week off of work? Stay home and watch that.
Yeah, you're gonna need about that long.
Is that still gonna? Is that still a thing for you guys?
No.
Oh well, no,
Oh,
we'll get
I don't
uh
know.
well, our place of employment will give us. I think I want to say like 5 days maybe, but we still get pointed for it. So it honestly isn't even worth it. You don't even get paid for it.
It's not.
oh yeah. Then that's not really because back. I mean, I think when they were first implementing that, I think you got like the week paid, kind of like it was
I
like
believe
2/3 of
so.
your check.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, if you're not getting paid and you're getting point like that, I never understood that when they like already you're not getting paid, but then they're gonna point you on top of it. It's like you're hitting me with two double negatives here.
But yet they won't let you go to work.
Yeah, I know. It's backwards. So backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say if I don't get money, then I'm not being funny. It's not worth it.
Those are famous words to live by Harold Butler. Um all right, well moving on, we're gonna talk about some of our football teams and the updates on our football teams. I
Yeah.
myself am a huge Packer fan. We got Jared as a huge Dolphins fan, and then last but definitely least, Harold is a Giants fan. Um, so Harold, I guess I'll start with you. Let's talk about your Giants, and do you wish they had made any trades around the trade deadline? And what do you think the second half of the season is going to look like?
Well, if asking if the Giants should have made a trade, I think they missed a great opportunity to just roll up the white flag, hop in the tank, and get ready for the number one pick because the Giants are minuscule right now. They're 2-7 or 2-6. I have no faith in Daniel Jones being a competent quarterback. I feel like he got David Card, where he's dealt with so much uh, bad O line, bad weapons, very very conservative play calling from the coach for all of his career. That when we get a good coach like Brian Dable, it's too late. The car's busted. Need a new transmission, need a new engine. Ain't worth it. I need a new car. Uh, I'm not looking forward to the rest of the season because it's going to be typical New York Giants for the tail end of the season, which is we'll lose the games. It'll be doom and gloom. It'll be, all right, well, we're looking at the top quarterbacks. Who are we going to replace Daniel Jones with? And then that man shows up to win a game we shouldn't win. And then, oh, man, looks like we're picking eighth. You're getting a bad offensive lineman for you. That's our Christmas gift. But
Yeah, I. Oh, sorry.
but yeah, like I'm assuming that you were gonna say it feels like uh it feels like not nearly as directionless as some of the NFL teams. Like the Jets are kind of screwed, you know. The Browns are stuck with character uh with their quarterback, but it feels like the Giants are kind of doing Groundhog's Day of being ass cheeks again. So, but I'm here for it. That's why I get paid the big bucks to be the Giants fan. So, yeah.
Yeah, your Giants are 2-7 currently. Um, they close out so the back half of the season. They play the Panthers on Sunday in Germany.
Bryce
So
Young starting.
that's yeah. So that's a banger of a matchup right there, Giants Panthers.
I'm sorry,
That's a great
Germans.
one.
I'm so sorry.
That's what they get. Anyways, then you've got the Buccaneers, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Colts, and the Eagles. So, looking at the back half, it's not looking too kind. I could see the Saints, you could probably pull out a win, probably the Panthers. The Colts probably, but I think L's to the Buccaneers, Cowboys, Ravens, Falcons, and Eagles. So yeah, it's not looking too bright.
So you know what that means. You know what's gonna happen then. We're gonna beat the Ravens or something silly like that. Beat the Eagles when they're humming and hawing. I, you know, I would say if we finish 4 and With 4 wins, I think I'd probably be expected going into the year. I was looking at the schedule. I was thinking around 5 to 6 wins. I wasn't expecting much. If we end up with 4, that's about expected. If we win less, I mean, a better draft pick, I guess. You could say, what about the culture? There is no culture. The culture is we're ass. So
Yeah, I just think you'll be competing for the Panthers and probably the Patriots for the first round pick, and I don't see the Giants being the first round pick. So, um, but I guess I don't know if the Panthers are really going to look for a quarterback. Maybe they will. The Patriots definitely won't. So maybe, just maybe, you can get an upgrade at QB.
maybe, Shador Sanders bust down my AP, perfect timing.
There you go. You can have him.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't, I don't, I don't know
I
about
don't know
that.
about that. No, I guess maybe Quinn Ewers, but I haven't done too much research on him yet. I mean, in my hearts of hearts, I hope we don't go any quarterback this year, and we can hold out for our Prince Charming Archie Manning. But that's not gonna happen. That's too perfect. That's the When Worlds Collide event, and that's not gonna happen for us.
Hey, you could just stock up on like some Ashton or Aston Jeffrey right
Ooh,
this year,
uh,
and uh, and then get your star QB next year. I don't know, but
that sounds
yeah,
like
there's a
getting Ashton Gentry. That sounds like you break up with your ex and Saquon, and you're like, I don't need him. And then a year passes, you're like, I got a new girl, and it's the same exact girl, carbon copy. Like, I mean, he's a great running back. I wouldn't mind him, honestly. Can he do Wildcat? He can play Wildcat. We can do that.
Speaking of Saquon, what did this is both of you? What did you think of that wonderful backwards like 180 just hurdle over the defender?
It was quite wild to see.
Jared, do you think if I gave you one of those tiny little trampolines and I said $1 million, do you think you could recreate that?
Not a shot in hell.
I don't think nobody could. That was How do you get
I'm
that
pretty
high up?
sure if I jump on one of them little trampolines, I'm gonna bottom it out and just stand there.
I don't. How do you get that high up?
I don't know.
How how do you get your ass over another man's head like that? That's crazy.
That is very crazy, and obviously, like you're not like you're expecting him to come that way, and then you just turn and you're just like, all right, we're gonna hop instead of him just tackle me in the back. Um, but who is the owner of the Giants? I forgot his name.
John Mara.
Yeah. So when back in Hard Knocks, when they said he wouldn't be able to sleep if they gave up Saquon, do you think he slept yet?
No, he's having. I think he tries to FaceTime video our GM, and when our GM doesn't answer it, he just messages him like dot dot dot. I saw the Saquon highlight.
Yeah, that's got to be like a top. Oh, that's like a top five moment of all time. I don't think you'll ever see that recreated ever again.
Maybe in like
Probably not.
jump cast or like one of those trampoline parks. I could see it maybe.
Well, we're talking about the NFL though,
Oh, like
so
regular human beings? Yeah, probably not.
like
Unless you're
in
jump.
game.
If Kai Sanat starts playing, then maybe you can jump over him. But
Jeez.
Jeez. All right, Jared, we're gonna look at your Dolphins now. How do you think the second half of the season is gonna go? And are there any moves that you wish that the Dolphins made around the trade deadline?
Uh, Second half, I hope and pray goes better in the first half.
Yeah, now
Preferably
you
no
got Tua.
injuries.
no concussions.
Tua's back. The offense is looking a whole lot better. Like I
Oh
said
yeah,
last time, they got more of a spark up their ass finally. I'm getting real sick of losing by field goals, though. I'll tell you that much.
dude, Tyler Bass. Oh my
Man,
gosh.
that one was heartbreaking. I'm glad I didn't get to see it live because I might have cried.
I thought
I
But as far as picking anybody up in the trade deadline, I mean, we could use a lot of pieces. I don't know if a single trade's going to help us. We need a decent offensive line that can stay healthy.
Yeah.
We need a lot of pieces on defense. Our defense is looking god awful right now. I think it's one of the worst defenses in the league. I think they have the least amount of turnovers.
Yeah,
They're not
but
good.
I think your secondary is decent. I
Our
think.
secondary is good. Our linebackers are terrible. Our defensive line's terrible.
Yeah, the safety on the Dolphins, Javon Bullard, he's a dog.
We got some decent guys back there. That's it, though. That's the only highlight we got to our defense.
Ramsey, Phillips died, but he could have been so great this year.
Phillips would have been great, and it would have helped our line so much, but, he can't put his pants on in the morning without hurting something.
Yeah. Anyways, Harold, Javon Bullard, I think, is on the Packers. So I think you're
Thinking
thinking
of
of someone
Javon
else.
Holland.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I said.
Holland.
I said Javon
No.
Holland. That's what I said.
You did not, sir.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. But
You
speaking
were
of
on a roll, though, so I was going to let you go with it.
speaking of making mistakes and stuff, Andrew, do you feel like the Packers made the right choice in trading away Preston Smith and staying pat at the trade deadline, or do you think that was a mistake?
I think it was probably the right call. I don't know if you guys saw, but the reports came out that he requested a trade like 2 weeks before that.
I did not see that.
Yeah, because Jeff Halfley is changing up schemes. Jeff Halfley wants to get like more reps for Luke Van Ness, for some of the other defensive ends. I think I can remember. Oh, like Mosby and there's another one. Those are younger guys, and I think that's Jeff is really trying to utilize those guys. And I've seen their gameplay, and they can be good. And I think he really wants to give them as much reps as possible. Preston Smith, I think last year he had a total of 4.5 sacks. The year before that, or his best year, I think was 2020. He had a season high of 9. So he's really not producing. He's 31 years old. At what point we were like, yeah, sure, we'll take a 7th rounder. Surprised they'd only do a 7th. I was hoping like maybe 6th, maybe 5th, but I guess he's probably not. If he's not producing and he's kind of that old, then you're probably not gonna get much for him. But I think that was. I don't know. I was hoping they were gonna get Ojolari. That's what I was really hoping they were gonna get. They did not do that, so I think they obviously just stuck with what they have, and we're gonna see how the second half is gonna go. So
I think one of the reasons they did make that trade was that he still had some money on the contract. So technically, on the Steelers, he's playing on the minimum right now. But next year, had they kept him, he would be getting paid. Oh, can I get this loaded properly? He would. Okay, I'm gonna throw a fit. Don't do this on your phone, guys, because it looks like garbage. But he was gonna have cap hits of what 16. Cap hits of 13 million and 14 million if they keep him after this year. So
That's a good chunk of change.
yeah,
so I can kind of understand why it was only a 7. Was it a 7 or a 7 swap?
no, it was a 7th
Okay,
because we just traded him and they gave us a 7th for it.
so I can kind of understand. I know him as a pass rusher is probably he's probably a little past his prime now for being a pass rusher, but he's still a good run defender. The advanced stats really like him there. And I mean, him going on the Steelers makes a whole lot of sense with that defense. They're trying to gear up for maybe some kind of AFC push, maybe. Maybe they think Russell Wilson's got some in the tank. So I don't.
I, I
Do
think
you?
he really wanted to live out his dream of being a CB. So I think that's why he went over there. God, that
um,
was. I'm so glad Joe Barry's out of my life. Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
not Joe Barry.
So bad. Before we move on, I do want to circle back to Jared's Dolphins, because I want to talk about their second half schedule. They've got coming up. They've got the Rams Monday night.
Prime
Then you've
time.
got
Prime time.
yeah primetime game. So that'll actually be a really good game. Rams
It
Dolphins.
should be.
A lot of
I think I think the Dolphins come away with a dub finally on that one.
ooh yeah,
I
because
think so.
the Rams just got rid of their cornerback. Who was that? They
Davius
got
White,
yeah Tre'Davious White
Nope.
to the Ravens. So
which
yeah, you got them. You got the Raiders, Patriots, Packers, Jets, Texans, 49ers, Browns, Jets. So yeah, I mean, if you beat the Rams, you could, Raiders could be a win. Patriots, depending on how the Packers are playing, that one might be a little bit tougher.
That one's gonna be tough. One, it's the Packers, and two, it's gonna be in some cold ass weather.
Yeah.
Dolphins are
Yeah, and the
warm water animals.
They
Jets
are.
got the Jets twice, and then the Texans and 49ers. So it I don't know. The Bills definitely feel like have locked up
Oh, they're
their
winning that
division.
division. The
So
only thing that might save us is the rest of the AFC, other than the top 4 teams, maybe. It's wide open for wild card.
Pretty much.
yeah, who are the four? So you got Ravens,
Ra-
Chiefs,
Ravens,
Tex-
Chiefs, Bills, and
Texans, Bills, yeah.
yeah, that. Those are probably the 4 best ones. I mean, they should lock up and win their divisions.
And then
Yeah,
like
I think the Bengals will get one.
You
the
got them. They're
Chargers,
hit and miss right now, though.
the Bengals are, yeah.
I don't know what to expect out of them anymore from week to week.
If they lose to the Ravens tomorrow night, um, I think they'll be oh god, I think they'll be like 0-3 or 0-4 in the division.
I
It's
believe though.
and then yeah, and then that would be tough. You would just have to win out the rest of your season and then
Pretty
hope.
much.
So
I think the Chargers also have a legitimate shot at making the playoffs this year. Obviously not division because they live in the Chiefs realm, but
Right.
with how that
mm,
defense is being played, how they're getting so much work from J.K. Dobbins, how Justin Herbert started off slow. They're starting to pass more now. I think the Chargers could also be a guy or one of the teams making the wild card this year.
yeah, Chargers, Steelers, because they're playing decent
They're playing
football
really
and
good.
their defense is really solid. And now you got Mike Williams that went over there for another target for Russ. And a sneaky one that I like is the Broncos, just because Bo Nix, I
Yeah.
don't know, he's shining over there. Whatever they're doing, I think it's just how he works with Sean Payton. It's just clicking over there. So
That boy looks good.
He looks pretty
yeah.
damn good.
If it wasn't for Jaden Daniels, I'd say he's the best
Ooh,
rookie
dude,
QB in the league, but
Jaden Daniels is he looks so
he's
good.
so damn good.
I mean, oh my, how did the Washington Commanders last year? I don't know what the record was, but they weren't very good.
No.
That's just that. And then you bring over Dan Quinn. You grab like what Zach Ertz, a couple other pieces, not like
Exactly. Bobby
huge
Wagner.
names.
Right.
Bobby Wagner, yeah, Noah Brown, and then you draft this like stud star from LSU and or no Washington. No,
No,
LSU.
That's
Um,
LSU.
yeah.
and they completely turned that around.
Mm-hmm.
It just, yeah, that's crazy. I'm happy for them. I'm glad that they're doing well. Um, all right, so I think we're gonna take a little break here. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about the holidays. And what are our favorite holidays, and maybe some of our memories or traditions. Just we've got a couple holidays coming up. We already
Ho
ran
ho
through
ho.
Halloween, so we will when we come back. All right, welcome back, listeners, you lovely people out there. Um, Now we're gonna be rolling into the holidays. We just had Halloween not too long ago. want to say 7 days ago, if I'm right on the spot. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, the holidays. There's so much. Everybody loves Thanksgiving for their food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we got Christmas, obviously, is always a great one. But gentlemen, I'm gonna talk to you about some of your favorite holidays. So, Jared, why don't you kick us off?
Well, it's torn. Honestly, I love all three of them. I love Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Halloween because it's the start of the cold season, and I like it cold. Thanksgiving, obviously, the main thing is food. Who doesn't love food?
S
Mm,
tier.
Plus,
yeah.
around here, Thanksgiving is always around deer season. For those of you that deer hunt,
Yes.
and Christmas. Well, that's changed throughout the years. I've always loved Christmas, but it used to be obviously you're getting gifts as a kid. Who didn't love getting gifts? English is
Uh-huh.
hard.
Now you're
But I've
giving.
noticed as I got older and now I got little cousins and a nephew and all that, I don't get as much enjoyment out of opening gifts as much as I get watching them get excited opening the gifts.
Yes.
There's something about it, watching him open the gifts, being so bright eyed and excited. It's just, I don't know, something about it.
Yeah. Harold, what about you? Is there something specific you look forward to this time of the year? Specifically, maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas, or I
Well,
mean, really, it could be anything, any holiday, really.
got we got National Boxing Day coming up in December, so I'm looking forward
Oh,
to
there
that.
we go.
Is it about boxes? Is it about boxing? I don't know, but I have to argue, as a card carrying member of the Fat Ass Club, Thanksgiving, hands down, has to be the best because a holiday where your main objective is to just eat and you get
Objective.
to watch football. And
That's
my Giants are on football, so after I throw up from watching them, I have room for some pumpkin pie. So you get to get, over with the family. Your relatives get a little too drunk, and then everyone starts talking about politics. What's not to love? It's a fight.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
food. It's a grand old time. It's got to be Thanksgiving, man. I love me some Thanksgiving.
All right,
Yeah.
question for you while we're on this subject. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned pumpkin pie, but what is your favorite pie other than pumpkin?
Coconut cream
Mm,
pie. Coconut cream pie is so good, man.
Okay. Okay.
mm.
I'm a fan
I
of a regular apple pie.
Yes, I am a huge
Has to be
fan
hot.
of apple pie.
Hot pumpkin or
It
apple pie hits different.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
agreed. I'll eat it
It's
cold
got
or hot, but hot's the way to go.
hot is definitely the way to go just because like anytime I think of like a nice like apple like cobbler with some ice cream next to it, I'm like, oh, like
Mhm.
that's just perfect. So and I don't I'm not a guy who knows everything about food, but I don't know the difference between a cobbler and a pie, but they're kind of similar in the fact that you've got your kind of like your crusts and your apple slices, and put that next to like a nice warm piece of like apple pie next to like some ice cream. Oh, and it just hits the spot, man.
That's
Can't
so
not go
good.
wrong with it.
Pies should
Yeah.
have at minimum a bottom crust, while a cobbler has fruit on the bottom and a dolloped dough on top. So it's the placement of the
Okay.
dough that's the biggest difference.
Oh, okay.
You
So
learn
yeah,
something every
very
day.
Yeah, very similar. But either way, you warm up one of those suckers with put some vanilla ice cream next to it, and oof, yeah, I'll be bulldozed out of the house after that.
Gonna. I think one of the other aspects of Thanksgiving is, the actual dinner time eating is great, but the leftovers, man, something about sitting in a microwave for 30 seconds to a minute, after sitting in the fridge, I don't know, it makes it taste better. Maybe it's like the radium in the refrigerator or something, but
It
it tastes
depends on what you're warming up.
Yeah, that's true.
what's
But
okay,
Like
what's a
turkey
yay
mashed
and what's a
potatoes
nay?
warmed up. The turkey mashed potatoes warmed up's fine. I don't know how you guys do, but we always have scalp corn
um,
for our Thanksgiving. That delicious, fresh. Not so good warmed up.
yeah, I don't know if I do that. I think we do just typical like just like buttered corn.
Okay.
I think I've seen a couple times where you get corn on the cob, but I don't think that's really an in season thing at that time.
Right.
So it's kind of hit or miss with that. But I guess are there any? I guess what I want to talk about is there anything like that at Thanksgiving? We'll just kind of stick with Thanksgiving here. That is maybe a food that is there that you always look forward to. That maybe like a relative brings or like a friend makes, and that isn't like maybe widely known or just something that you really really enjoy. Besides like the pie, obviously.
The pie. Pie's great.
I think we pretty much have the same traditional dishes almost every Thanksgiving has. With the exception of we also make a ham. Because some of the family don't like turkey, so we make a ham.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
like
fine with it because I like them both.
you're right. Harold?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Normally for Thanksgiving and stuff, I'm the one that tends to bring the more untraditional dish, I would say. Most of the family is bringing like, like the Hawaiian rolls, some mashed potatoes, maybe like a
Hawaiian
green
rolls.
bean casserole or something. I'm normally the type of guy to bring some like buffalo chicken dip. I think one year I made like some pulled pork dish or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I gotta say, man, if I get to like, genie comes out of a lamp, I get the wish for three things. One of the things I'm wishing for is our good friends Dylan's chicken sliders, because man, those make me feel a certain way a man should not feel. Those are phenomenal.
Those
Yeah,
are good.
I don't know what he does. I mean, well, I kind of know what he does. He puts a special sauce on there, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
so good, so good. A man knows how to cook, and any ladies listening, you'd be lucky to have him because that
Email,
man can cook.
email in at the jerk circle show at gmail.com if
No,
you are looking to hook up with our homeboy Dylan. He's tall. He's
no,
over 6 feet tall. He gives really good hugs. I almost call him Olaf because he gives really warm hugs.
He's not wrong.
He, getting hugged by that man is like being
yeah.
hugged by a blanket. But Andrew, what would you say is your favorite? What is it? Non-traditional? Is it most unique dish? Is it?
Well, the reason why I was kind of saying is because like I don't know if this is at everybody's Thanksgiving, and maybe it is, but like I don't. We do like my grandma used to make it, and I think my mom does now. But she would make a like marshmallow cranberry salad, and it was like I'm not a huge fan of cranberries, but it's like your like fruit salads. It's essentially like that, but there's cranberry and there's like little marshmallows in it. And for some reason, I would eat like two or three helpings of that because it was so good. And I don't think it's widely common, and maybe it is. But unless you guys can attest to it, and you guys have it at your guys' Thanksgivings, but
I
yeah, it's just
believe we do have that.
okay.
I
Yeah,
just
it's just
don't know because I never cared for it.
it's not a it's like a not like a top tier thing. That's just something I always look forward to when Thanksgiving comes around. But yeah, everybody kind of pitches in. I'm always a sucker for some cheesy mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Regular mashed potatoes. They're always good. I'm about the carbs, brother. You see me, I'm about the
Yeah,
carbs.
carbs.
So
I think
big on carbs, buttered rolls. Mm-mm-mm.
I know for sure when Dylan comes back on this pod, we're definitely gonna have to do some kind of Thanksgiving tier ranking at some point because I think that would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think
I
that
agree.
could list off some foods and what we would rank them.
Even call it
Um,
like
but
the great food fight or something. Something like that. We'll figure that out later.
well, let's roll into Christmas. Is there any special traditions you guys do with like friends or family? Whether it's just driving around looking at houses, or walking to see the Christmas lights, at certain parks. Is there anything specific that you guys do? Do you wait to open presents later? What do you guys do?
I
Harold, I
love
guess we'll start with you.
I love my stocking getting stuffed, man. Waking up and then just opening your stocking and just, oh my goodness, there's, you know, I mean, some years are pretty lame. You open it's like, oh, deodorant, like
Hmm.
baby lotion. Like, come on, mom, come on, we need to do something a little bit better. But getting older now. Most of the presents you get now are very much like, oh, there's one for you, one for you. So having like a stocking full of like candy and stuff, so you can like pregame the Christmas dinner is pretty nice, I would say. Uh, I guess the things I like to do for Christmas is to get all like bundled up, in a little blankie, and watch some Christmas movies.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving movies, uh,
Yeah.
which I off the tippity top of my head, I don't know what Christmas movie is to go to. Is it The Grinch?
Elf.
Ooh,
No,
Elf's
it's
good.
got to be Home Alone. Home Alone,
That's a good one too.
100%.
That's good too.
I can watch that movie any time of the year, but Christmas is always like a nice staple time to watch it. It's funny. It's got the Christmas theme.
Hmm.
What don't you love about it?
Is Okay, so is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No,
No, no, we did
absolutely not.
before the episode. Jared and I were talking about that. No,
I will argue with you until I'm dead on that one.
just because a movie comes out around Christmas does not make it a Christmas movie.
Nope.
It's got to have the theme. The theme is what drives the Christmas movie. So just because like, oh yeah, like the characters say like, oh yeah, it's going to be Christmas tomorrow, but we're going to go shoot up a bunch of people. That's not a Christmas movie, man.
Nope.
That's the Christmas movie. Your dad's like, all right, I'll turn on the TV so the kids can watch a Christmas movie, and it's Die Hard.
That would be
Yeah.
it too. Yeah.
Yeah, these kids gonna know what Die Hard is.
Uh,
Yeah. Jared, is there any specific traditions that you do or look forward to or memories?
Not so much. It used to be we get up, go over to grandma's house. That's where the whole family met. And then we'd all open our gifts there. But now, as we all getting older, got my sister. She's got kids. So I kind of do two Christmases every year. We do the big one with the whole family, the aunts, cousins, and all them. And then we do a separate one with just me, my mom, sister, and them. Love them both.
Nice. You
Um,
guys do
we
like a
don't really.
Christmas ham?
No, we kind of do something different every year with the one with me, my mom, and sister, and them. And then when we do the big family, and when we don't really have a traditional meal, it's more of a what's the word I'm looking for, where everybody brings something in,
oh, like a potluck.
Potluck?
like a potluck type thing. Yeah, a lot of finger
Yeah.
foods.
Ooh. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, it's always a good time. And then we pretty much spend the whole night playing cards or board games or whatever the case may be. It's always a good time. I love it.
Yeah, back in the day, I think, when you didn't have football and now football is on Christmas and Christmas
Mm-hmm.
Eve. But typically for myself, my family, and my friends, mostly my family, we have always done Christmas. I guess not always, but I guess it happened after. I think after my parents split, we started doing Christmas on Christmas Eve. Just
Okay.
because everybody was kind of just over for the holidays, we had everybody there. We'd open it at night, and then Christmas Day we could just enjoy like a nice like Christmas breakfast,
Mm,
and then watch some Christmas football now. But we would there'd be times where we would go out and look at the lights that people work so hard to decorate their houses and their yards. I try every year to at least get out and see, like, whether it's the houses or like you go to the parks and you get to see the lights, the light shows. I think that's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
um there's a lot to do around Christmas, and I think I've always said that Christmas is probably my favorite holiday, no matter if I'm getting the gifts or giving it. And kind of like what you said, Jared, it's really kind of matured into like the happiness comes from giving and
Right.
seeing the person just kind of like open their gift and being like, "Wow, no way you thought of me and you thought of this." And it's not it's not a pride thing, and it's not it's like,
No.
just getting to see them to be happy is all that really matters. Um and that's kind of what I look forward to. I like everybody just opening up and getting to see what they wanted or they asked for. That's always fun. So yeah, I think there's just the vibes around Christmas are always so high. Everyone's kind of cheery. Everybody's ready for the year to be done,
Yeah.
and I think it's a great way to kind of close out the year.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree with that. Christmas is Christmas is great.
Like I said, I don't know if I can rate one of these three ahead of the other because I love them all.
They're all S tier.
Yeah, I gotta go S tier for all of them. I mean,
Oh no, I don't know. For me, I think it's for me. It's Christmas, Thanksgiving, and I can't. I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween. I don't
see,
mind it. I like it. It's cool, but I always look at like I don't know. I honestly think like a sneaky sleeper is Fourth of July, just because I get the fireworks shows. You get to go out and you get to maybe you'd have like a Fourth of July party. Everybody's kind of dressing up in their Fourth of July attire. You get the grill outs, like the brats, the burger. Like I don't know, you get
I
your
can't argue with that.
cornhole. I don't know. The vibes are always high around Fourth of July. And
I
plus, you get Fourth of July off of work if it's during the week. You
You
don't get
do.
Halloween off if it's during the week. So to me, I'm just saying that's a little bit better.
I don't
See, the
know if I
problem with Halloween is I don't know if you can call it a holiday. It's just kind of a time of year.
I feel like it
hmm
used to be a holiday.
It used to be. It doesn't seem like as many people do as much for Halloween anymore as they used to. I mean, you used to be able, at least when I was a kid, you could walk up to almost every single house in town and they were handing out something.
But do you think that's it because we were just children and that was our perspective,
And
or
it
do you
could
think
be.
that really is? Because I've thought about that too, and I'm just like, wow, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of houses. But I just remember just, when I was a kid, just like I didn't care if every house was open or not. I was just happy to get
Right.
candy and
No,
dress up, and it was fun while it was, but
I agree.
I think an underrated aspect. I know I'm kind of bringing this back now. Fourth of July, my favorite thing now, developing and currently, is watching Joey Chestnut go bonkers on some
Nah,
hot dogs, dude.
that guy could eat some wieners.
It's so
yeah.
gross. It's so disgusting, but
It really is.
it. He's an American icon, I'd say. Michael Jordan, might have been super more athletic. Michael Phelps, phenomenal swimmer, but like, can anyone eat a hot dog like Joey Chestnut? That guy's the goat.
Nobody.
Can you ever think, ever people just think and like sit and think about, man, this guy is known for eating the most amount of wieners in one sitting. Do you think people sit there and think about that, or think about, man, what is this guy gonna be when he grows up? This guy just eats a whole bunch of wieners, man.
That's
like,
it.
Show and tell dude just eats like 24, like a 24 pack of hot dogs in front of the kids. Just
oh my gosh.
Oh, so you mean like Harold at lunchtime?
we're stuck.
oh,
Oh, we got a 2 wiener hard limit, man. 2 wieners and that's it.
Oh,
oh,
okay, okay.
If I brought in three, everyone would think I'm a fat ass. But if I bring in one,
That's
it's not
true.
enough. So two is the
You're
happy
right.
number.
You're right.
Same thing with sandwiches. You get 2 sandwiches and that's it. Any more,
Yeah,
you're gonna get looked down upon.
you're
that's
not
fair.
wrong.
All
Um,
right.
I
Well,
think I do have one last thing to say. Speaking of the Christmas games, for
sure.
Christmas game this year, do I have to get a J.C. Penney's account to watch the Christmas games this year? Because
Ha,
I
you
feel
might.
like I feel like every time we get around to this time, I have to log into a new streaming service that I've never used before.
Yep.
Well, unless you don't use Netflix, because that's where they're on. They are on Netflix. But and we could get into it. We're kind of short on time right now, but yeah, the NFLs they're just it's just turning into okay, who wants to pay for these games?
Well,
And
it's not the NFL. It's all sports at this point.
yeah, that's fair.
Doing
That's fair.
the Shane McMahon thing of here comes the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Saudi Arabia paid enough money, we'd have a Super Bowl there. It's gonna happen at some point. We're gonna have a Super Bowl out
Probably.
of the U.S. and it's gonna make a trillion zillion bucks, and then Super Bowl to the highest bidder. But I feel like that'd be a really good discussion another day. Just deep diving into
I
like
agree.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think it's a good point to wrap this episode up. And as always, we wrap our episodes up with something we look forward to, something that is like a hot topic that we each individually are looking forward to, whether it's this week or up until the next part of the episode. So Jared, I'll start with you. Is there something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to an actual 3-day weekend for a change.
Woohoo! Yeah, you don't
Me,
have to work
me.
Friday.
I don't know why we either are forced to work Fridays or my dumbass volunteers when we're not forced to. So I decided to do none of the above this weekend, and I'm going to enjoy my Friday off and probably go get my gun sighted and ready for deer hunting.
Oh, good for you. We are happy to hear that. Hear that, folks. Just take off of work,
Yep.
and go enjoy life.
Yep. Don't worry
That's
about
right.
bills. Bills will pay himself a different time.
No, that don't work that way though.
If you just don't think about them, they stop coming, right? That's how that works.
Out of
I
sight, out
wish
of
that's
mind.
how it worked.
All right, Harold. Harold? Is there something that you are looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? Well, I was looking forward to all the pumpkin spice stuff for Halloween, Thanksgiving, but maybe this is a bit of a hot take. I'm looking forward to all the Christmas special chocolates because normally I'm more of a meats than sweets type of guy. I don't normally indulge in a whole lot of sweets, but man, oh man, some of them like Christmas like chocolate barks and stuff that comes out around Christmas. The Sprite cranberry. How I like them holiday special beverages, holiday special desserts and stuff. I'm looking forward to that, and I think this year we're gonna have to try some Sprite cranberries and some alcoholic combos. So we'll have
All
to
right,
see how that
quick
goes.
question while you're talking about holiday drinks.
Yeah.
Eggnog, yes or no?
Yeah. Nope.
Yes,
Okay, that's a big no for me too.
I I am the rare couple that like it.
I mean, there's people out there I ain't judging. I just not for me.
Yeah, it's not like a huge thing. I don't drink a lot of it, but it is something that I look forward to around Christmas.
I
That's
know
fair.
someone was trying to get me to drink it, and I'm pretty open to try everything. So I tried it. I said it tasted like baby throw up, and they said, "Well, that's right, because we can get you hard eggnog." And I'm like, "Liquor ain't gonna make this taste better. Liquor is just gonna
No,
get me sicker. I don't want to
I
drink
just
Yeah.
this."
I feel like it's
No.
just gonna curdle up in your stomach as you're drinking it.
Yeah, no, I would not recommend with
Like
alcohol. Not from my personal experience, but
having mudslides and 4th of July. That's your tummy is not going to be happy
yeah,
with you.
no.
No,
What do you got looking forward to, Andrew? Wrapping this back to you.
I I'm finally looking forward to being able to play Phasmophobia. I think it's gonna come this weekend. On console, obviously, because I don't have a PC setup, but that's fine. Not everybody has thousands of dollars to spend. Um, yeah, I think if you happen to be available, maybe we could play with you and your fiance Harold. I don't know, maybe I don't know, but if not, then I think Faith and I might tackle it. And just looking forward to having Dylan back. Kind of been missing his presence. He's a stud. I'm happy he's having fun out in Arizona. But it's always good to have someone to talk to and hop online. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so that'll wrap up this episode. Episode 4. Can't believe we've already done 4 episodes.
I know, right?
How
It's kind
many
of
do you think
wild.
we're gonna do before we get shut down off the airs permanently?
At least 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good number.
Uh, yeah. No, but I want to let our audience know obviously we are only audio, but we do have plans to doing video, whether that's through our YouTube or I don't know, sometimes Spotify does video. But we're gonna be looking into that in the near future and kind of all being in one sitting because right now we're all doing it audio remote. So yeah, it'd be something to look forward to coming up. But yeah, as we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you for listening. You can follow us at the Jerk Circle podcast on YouTube and on all of our major platformers like Spotify and Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't forget
Yep.
the
So
hub.
that'll. Huh?
Yeah, we're on the hub.
The hub.
Maybe you're on the hub, but I'm not on the hub.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think I'll ever
if you want
be
to
on the hub.
just go on it and search up the Circle Jerk or the Jerk Circle, you'll find us. Don't. Okay, don't do
You'll
that.
find
All
something.
right. All right. Until next time, we will catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.